Hey guys. So today I wanted to talk about the different genres that Halo could go into after Halo Infinite. Or maybe some genres could go in Halo Infinite. As we all know, Halo Infinite is going to be a 10-year project, and in those 10 years, they could do story expansions. Now, in these story expansions, they could go into different genres of games that Halo has not gone into yet, which would be very interesting to see, I think. Or, during that Halo Infinite 10-year plan, they could also do some spin-off games, or maybe after the 10-year plan of Halo Infinite being out, they could go and do some different genres of games. So here are my different genres of games that Halo could go into after Halo Infinite, or some that could be in Halo Infinite. The first game I'd love to see Halo go into is an RTS space game, where you control UNSC frigates or Covenant carriers, and you get to battle out with each other. Think like EVE Online or like Star Wars Empire of War. Imagine doing the keys movements, that's probably not the right name, but the keys movements in the game like in the Fall of Reach book. That would be so awesome, and I'd love to see that. And it'd be really cool to finally be able to control UNSC frigates or the Covenant carriers in a game and getting to command them. And also just the Banshees or the Longswords in general, and have them go against each other using different tactics and trying to get the upper hand on one another, flanking them. Doing that kind of stuff would be so cool, and I'd love to see Halo go into that. The second one would be a horror game, like Halo combined with Alien Isolation. I think it would be a good mix between the two games. A horror game where you're a crewman or a marine, and the Covenant have dropped down on your ship, and you have to survive. And make it so the elites and just the Covenant in general be just feared, and just you make them feel like you're just scared of them, like how they used to be in Halo 1 and in Halo 3 ODST. Because when you're fighting the Covenant in Halo 3 ODST, you're terrified. You're just like, oh, this is hard, actually. It should be the exact same thing in this game. It's more going to be like you don't want to fight them because they're just too hard to beat, and you're going to get destroyed if you do. And then later in the game, you find out that there's Flood in it. You see hints of it as you continue and progress through the game, and you hear these weird sounds, and you're just wondering, what is that? What's going on? And then all you see is you come up. There's a single flood spore, and it goes on one of your dead Marines or crewmen buddies that you know. And then you just see it just infect him and consume his dead body. Then he turns and he sees you. Something like that I think would be really cool to see in a Halo game. As well as then, at the end of it, you then have a choice. You could either sacrifice yourself and blow up the whole entire ship, destroying the Flood, or escaping just in time for yourself, but the Flood is still going to be on that ship. So it's going to be up to you whether you want to live or survive. So there'll be two different endings. I think that'd be really cool to see what Halo could do with that. The third game is a fighting game. Now I know Halo has been in other fighting games, such as The Arbiter and Killer Instinct, which I love actually. I think that's a great addition to it, and just the way how they made him and the map in general that he's in is just awesome. But they also did it in Dead or Alive 4. If you didn't know this, there was Spartan Alice in Dead or Alive 4. But here's my idea. What about a fighting game where you're the Covenant, and you have to go through many different people, and it's kind of like a tier system? I think that'd be really interesting to see what Halo could do with a fighting game, and in that kind of vein. Also gives it an interesting premise with the Covenant. The fourth genre would be a stealth game, a la the original Splinter Cell games, where you're a 2, maybe 3-man team, or you go in alone, doing some shady things for Oni. But you start questioning the morality of the people in charge. you may have to investigate a Covenant carrier for their intel and leave without being spotted, or silence the people who know about the Spartan 2 program, or defeat the militia who are going against the UNSC. I think it'd be interesting to see that covert ops kind of style in a Halo game. We kind of had a little bit of that in Halo Legends with the Spartan 3s. So I think that'd be interesting to see. Speaking of Oni, our final genre is a detective game, where you're uncovering the secrets of mysterious deaths around the city, or disappearances as well. You see plasma marks on bodies. You see written weird language on the walls. You see Covenant or Forerunner markings that you've never seen before, but look really weird, and you're trying to uncover it all before Oni can catch up to you. I think that'd be very interesting to see what Halo could do with this kind of genre, and maybe that person who is coming after you is sent from Oni. And that secret person could be from that stealth game that I mentioned. So maybe you can tie those things together and make it so the stealth operative is coming to silence you, but you have to define and send out the information to the world before he can do it. I think that'd be really cool to see what Halo could do with a detective game or something a la like it. So there you go, guys. Those are the genres I'd like to see Halo to go into after Halo Infinite or in Halo Infinite. Let me know what kind of genres you'd like to see Halo go into. Leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.